All right, folks, this is the first half of a 2-episode special. I'm joined by Dennis Pust, that you might recognize from episode 6. I invited him on board as a co-host, as his level of expertise would be a great addition to this episode. Today's guest is a virtuoso on the guitar. He's a graduate from Berklee College of Music in Boston, Massachusetts. He's a recording artist with multiple albums on his resume. He's also the founder, owner, and CEO of Pharma, a successful company that creates and sells various fitness supplements such as Edge of Insanity pre-workout and Thunderstruck testosterone boosters, and many others. So get ready for some serious shredding with today's guest, the one and only Darren Housholder.
So now we're rolling. What were you saying?
Okay, so this is my, I don't know, most prized possession. So this is the Strat. So I bought this
Yeah.
in 1982. Now that's like the 25th anniversary from 1957 to 1982, right? So it's not a Stratocaster, the Strat. So it had this like extra like knob that went from like the single coil pickups, which I've since replaced. Here's one. And, so it would be like the 5-way selector for a Strat, right? So you get this kind of, let's turn this thing up a little bit. Yes, this is a. Right? So that's the Strat sound. And then, and then this thing here would toggle it. And so that same Strat pickup would have like that.
Oh, yeah. Gets a bit more compact.
Totally different sound, right?
Yeah.
And so anyway, then I went to Berklee. So I bought the guitar in 82. I went to Berklee School of Music in 84. And then the Attitude song came out. And so we're all fucking yanking on the whammy bars. And this thing was not built for it. So like I broke off whammy bars inside the bridge. And like you got to get somebody to drill it out. You get another one. 5 minutes later, you break off another one. And then, Eddie Van Halen and Floyd Rose invented this locking bridge system, right? And so then you replace, and that's what this is. So it's replaced. And then I've since taken the nut off because I like, I like alternate tunings and half step down and regular and whatever, right? So, but this guitar has been through, there's only, most players have one of these, it's just like a prized possession.
It's like the other one you got. I've seen you play with often. That's just like it looks like pure wood. Like it doesn't even have
Oh
any
yeah.
finish
So
on or anything.
that's the okay. So Steve Vai, right? I'm in Berklee. There's 900 guitar players in Berklee College of Music in Boston, and so there's always a guy. And Todd West had this guitar. It was fucking awesome, right? And that's what this is. So this actually is a I think the 1981 Charvel. Like, dude, this is a killer piece, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Ugly, but it's my Frankenstein, right? EMGs, and it had like the Explorer, like the hockey stick neck, and it was scalloped. So I was in a top 40 band. You kind of do this, you kind of do that. So I banged it on like a railing at some fucking club. And I opened up the case the next day, and the headstock had been broke off. I'm like, oh fuck, because it was a scallop neck, and I'm like, man, I really love because I'm a fucking Yngwie freak at this point.
Mm.
I'm an Yngwie freak playing Janet Jackson in a top 40 band. I mean,
Yeah.
go figure.
Well,
I'm playing.
Black Cat had a really nice solo.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, there was that Nuno did a solo. But it was like chinkity chinkity chink. This is like, dude, this is 1986, right? You're just like, I'm stoked because I'm playing guitar and getting paid. I don't give a shit what I'm playing.
Yeah.
But I broke the neck, and then I went and I'm in the Berklee dorms. I went and bought a brand new neck and went to the hardware store and bought wood files and sandpaper, and I just went about scalloping the fretboard.
Oh shit, I
and just,
tried that too.
How did that
I
work
mean, I
out?
was, okay, it took like 8 hours, and yeah, I made a few boo boos on the frets, um, but I went to a guy, and they cleaned up the frets and set it up, but yeah, just as far as getting that, being able to get like I got a pick in there, being able to get like the shred thing and the tapping, especially for tapping and vibrato and everything. It's just like it's a game changer playing with a scallop fretboard.
Absolutely.
Um,
I have a scaled fretboard as well. And the one thing that I seem to have more problems with or the only thing I seem to have a slightly bigger issue with than with a normal fretboard is sliding up and down. But I also found out
Fingers
that's
get stuck.
because, yeah, I tend to
Yeah,
get them stuck a little bit. But like for tapping or just ease of playing, really, because you never really get to the wood, you just sort of float above everything. It works really great. So,
yeah, and your
um,
fingers will like be just ripped. I when I played, I used to play 12. I used to play from 8 in the morning till midnight, like every day.
shit.
Now I play like a half an hour. Sometimes it varies. Sometimes I'll play for like 3 hours. Sometimes I'll play for 20 minutes. But every day I play. But I'm running Psycho Pharma, so like my morning is like I get up. I like to if I grab the guitar and come a little beautiful idea comes. You know what I mean? I like to like today I was just kind of doing this on my acoustic guitar, but like this. Dude, I suck. I can't finger pick on an electric guitar, but but just
No one
to
can.
create something in the morning. But in the
Yeah.
afternoons, I would when I finish my work day, I drink Edge of Insanity pre-workout, so I get like totally like wired, and then I shred for like an hour, and then I go to the gym. But it just keeps my chops up, and then in the process of doing that, over these last really 6 years, I put together 9 new songs for an instrumental CD. So it was one thing to just
Just
kind of
from
go, well,
like
hey,
this morning
Darren, here's
routine.
my little trick. But I've started
Yeah.
writing and I would work on this one idea for 6 months till I finished it. So it took like a long time, but I actually put together 9 completed songs and recorded a record, which is like, man, I had the last record I did is in '95. So Symphonic Aggression. So it's like, dude, you gotta make another record. And I was just like, well,
Mm.
fuck, it's so hard but so that's where we are. It's like to let people know that I've got a new album. It's called A Vision for You, and it's just like poured my heart and soul into this thing over the last 6 years to put this together, and I hope people will find it and listen to it.
Well, we found it and listened to it, and
Yeah,
we think it's wonderful.
You think it's
yeah.
yeah? No, thank
I
you.
think it's a really solid album, and instrumental albums can in some cases be a hard listen. It's like after a couple of songs you might sort of get fed up with whatever, but with your new album, I think it's built up in a very sort of song structured manner. I think like I listened just to the earlier today. I was just humming what is it, the song called Sapped, and I was just
Yeah,
humming the melody line as I was getting ready to work. And I think that's a good
that's
indication
great.
of good songwriting, that when a melody line sticks with you that easily, then you're onto something. And I think that album is super solid. It's really
Thank
good.
you. Yeah, there's so many great players, man, and I'll say this: it's like you can not pick up the guitar because like you go, there's so many great guys. Well, you just have to change your perspective and just think that like, man, there's some great guys and what they're doing is really fucking incredible. But that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do me. You know what?
Mm.
That's life. It's anything. So like, well, what do I like to do? What do I like to hear? And like, what is my thing? What is my voice? And that's the thing that like with guitar players, I was told this long ago. It's like, well, what is your voice? Well, what does that mean? Well, what's your signature? What's the thing that like identifies you when you play, record your stuff, and you listen back? Like identify like these characteristics that are you. Like you have this thing. Well, what is that thing? And you know,
Mm.
when you get older and you've been playing for a while, you know what your bag of tricks are. And so you just, you know, but for me, like writing those songs, it's like I like the Joe Satriani approach. Like those are like little snippet songs like that you can sing along and like
Mm.
I, there's so many great guitar players, but that is a model of like the little song thing. It's not too long, then it goes away, and then the next one is totally different. And you know, look, I would have a vocal album if I could fucking sing, right? I can't sing like Richie Kotzen. You know, I can't, I don't. You know, I'm not in a band. You know, like John Petrucci, who has a great singer. You know,
Mm.
but you know, so that's my voice. That's my signature. And you know, but yeah, I love a lot of different
Yeah.
styles. And you know what,
But
man?
it's
When you're
funny.
working on it, good.
It's funny you should mention Joe Satriani because the vibe I get from this is actually sort of the extremist album. Like not overproduced at all, just great little songs that fit together and has a presence to it that a lot of these instrumental albums, when you listen to them, it's so soaked in reverb and delay and mysticism and like 900 dimensions. Every time they add more of that, it sort of loses its presence. But this album has presence. It
Yeah, no,
feels
thank
like
you.
you're in the room with the band playing, like, and that's
Exactly. Yeah.
one of, so that's why I thought of Joe Satriani's The Extremist, because that was one of those wow albums for me too, where wow, this actually has a lot of
Mm.
presence. And I hadn't heard a lot of that up until then. And so I kept like both me and Thomas was like passion and warfare all the way, and that has a lot of weird stuff going on, but
Yeah,
that's what was
that's
so
incredible.
compelling about that album. It was just, are you ready for this? No, you're not. Check this out. Whoa. And you can still get weirded out by it, and it's fucking awesome. But what I like about your new album is it actually has that presence that a lot of people miss out on. And talking about what's your voice, well, your voice is clearly presence and skill and melody, so you get a lot of really compelling elements in one album.
Yeah,
And
nice.
uh,
Thank you.
and the same goes for the stuff you did with Jizzy Pearl. I mean, you can hear when you're playing, it's like this fucking fits the song perfectly. It's like, yeah. So
Yeah,
just a compliment.
no, thank you. And yeah, so what I've discovered about myself is that Mike Varney once said, "You sound like a caged dog that just got let out of the cage." You know, and
He's right.
dude, I'm
Yeah.
not as proficient as Greg Howell and Richie Kotzen and Ron Thal. I gotta get his name. All these guitar players are fucking so good. John Five. All these guys are great. But I just got to do what I do, and I'm just like raw. Like I mean, I just plug straight into a Marshall and I just fucking rip. And it's like, but I have a certain intensity, like a live or die when I'm playing stuff. And the melody is key. Like I think the greatest thing about being a musician is that when you're creating something, and then when you get up in the morning and like there's this thing in your head, right? You hear it in your head. And when that happens, you got something that's worth going back and like keep working on, you know? And that's the
Yeah,
beauty of it, is like enjoying the work of it. Yeah, I want to get this thing finished. Yeah, it's been 6 months and I'm just like, well, I can fucking finish this thing so I can go on to something else, you know?
yeah,
And, there's that part of it. I got like 3 or 4 things that I've been working on now since like April. Like the record came out in like September, but it's been finished for a while and I've been just laboring over stuff. But that's the beauty of this whole thing. It's like, life, you got all these things in your life. And if you're a full-time musician, that's great. I'm not, right? I've got all this other stuff. So
yeah,
music is this blessing that like I carry with me, like the working on it. I'm checking on the thing, I go away, it kind of sticks, like that's the cool thing about being a musician. I'm not gonna like Jeff Coleman, fucking love Jeff Coleman, right? So I sent him a text message because I listened to like his Cosmo Squad, right? I listened to
yeah.
his instrumental stuff on my workout. I had a killer like morning cardio. I sent him a text. he sends me back like he's in Tokyo Dome. This is like Saturday. He's like, this is my view right now. I'm like, dude, fucking Tokyo Dome. He's got pictures of him on the big screen. There's like 100,000 people there. I'm just like going, but I get to live vicariously through these guys. I got buddies like Ray Luzier and Korn, like one of my good friends. We go back to 1991. I'm so happy for his success. God deserves it. But I get to look at the picture of his view behind the drum kit at the massive crowd. It's just like, you know, my dream is to be one of those guys. That didn't happen. But what did happen is like even better. I mean, honestly, to have a family, business, playing music, and I've got all this stuff going on. It's pretty fucking cool.
I was
There's a
thinking
lot of different
exactly
things I have to
this.
do, you know?
You said about when you were introduced to David Lee Roth, and you talked about joining a band, and then he asked about, so do you, where you going? Oh, I'm going home to my kids, and that was sort of like a defining sort of moment for him. It seemed where he
It
said,
was.
okay, he's a family man. I'm gonna let him be a family man because this would actually probably possibly ruin a family situation if he's gonna run off for 8 months a year and just be on the road and never see his family. So and
Was
so
a
you
weird
make,
thing.
yeah, you make choices, and a lot of times that means you miss out on something, but you gain something else. So and
A
I
rare
could
tender
really
moment by David Lee Roth. Like a rare,
yeah,
like, I really felt, you know what I mean? It was like a God shot of him, like, because I'm putting my guitar in the back of my, like, I just bought a Ford Expedition and I had a car seat, and he just said, and he said something about, take, how's your family, take care of your family or something like that. And it's some,
yeah,
it's some like real, like really nice, like human,
yeah,
not the David Lee Roth that most people know, but very like human. And I drove away and I was just like, huh. And then I realized later, like, oh, I think that it was like, hey, man, you know, I don't want to fuck this guy up. Go, go do your thing.
it was
And
what it was that Bon Jovi lyric. When you said goodnight, you really meant goodbye.
yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
I
it
mean, but
was.
no, but I mean, yeah, it's tough, right? But at the same time, what you would have missed out on, yeah, you're not at Tokyo Dome, none of us are, but
I mean,
maybe
look,
you,
that's you're talking
yeah,
about the 0.0001% of us
yeah,
to get to do something like that. But when you have a buddy and he's a pal of yours and he's doing it, you're like, fuck yeah, like
yeah,
you know what I mean. So that's how I mean that's how I feel. But it's like the spiritual thing that it's like overcoming jealousy and envy and like getting rid of that stuff because it'll just fuck you up. Like it'll have your head spinning.
absolutely, man.
But if you could just be like, man, I fucking know that guy and he's kicking ass and I'm fucking stoked for him. It's like I'm not comparing myself. I don't wish I was them. Like what? I mean,
Yeah,
where are we going with that, right? It's like I got
exactly.
my own thing I'm doing, and it's like if you like it, great. If you don't, well, I'm gonna carry on. Like I like what I'm doing, and but yeah, definitely want to challenge yourself, and you definitely want to like be like, man, I'm gonna climb that hill, or I'm gonna finish that song, or I'm gonna put 9 songs together, and I'm gonna make a new record because it's like, damn it. I mean, I've come this far. Like, I've got
Yeah,
a couple people who would probably like to hear something new, and it's like, man, I'm not gonna, whatever. So yeah, so you mentioned Jizzy Pearl, and I tell you, so in 2017, he hits me up to play on the record, All You Need Is Soul.
yeah,
And so he had these songs, and he wrote all the guitar parts. He sent them to
yeah,
me. I learned them, went into the studio. I kind of, made them, whatever. I add to it the licks, the solos and stuff. But I mean, they're his songs, his riffs. And then, a couple years later, we did another one, Hell, California. And then, what is it here? Then the new one is uh, Punk Rock Fiesta.
yeah,
So, but in the process of doing these records with Jizzy, like he really helped me get going, get in the studio, record. And it was in those times, like from 2017 to 2022, I'm like, man, I got to make my own record. Like, here I am. I can do this. Because I'm like, dude, my head is into like formulations and compliance and UK labeling and like what can we sell in China and what's the, Amazon and
yeah,
ROI and ACOS and like people don't even know what the fuck that shit is, right? So I'm like the one guy that knows, like, I know jazz harmony, and I know Amazon ACOS and ROAS and all that analytics. I know all that
Yeah.
shit in my brain, right? But the beauty is that, I can do both. That was the thing that, like, puts me in a spot now where, like, life's really good, man. I'm doing so many different things. It's like when one thing's not going great, I got another thing I'm into. I always, like, at the end of my workday, I drink some Edge of Insanity. I'm ripping on the guitar. No matter if I've had a good day or a bad day, I'm always doing that. Like, the
Yeah.
routine that I have includes, like, I wake up in the morning and do cardio, and I do abs because I'm an abs guy, and I write on my journal. I eat, I go to my business, I do my best. At the end, I play the guitar, go to the gym, I come home, play more guitar. So I'm doing all these things, spiritual and fitness and music, and every single day, like fucking clockwork. Like, I'm like a dog routine, and
Yeah,
that's
but
how I'm able to, like, do all these things. And that's the thing I want to pass to people. It's like, man, if you just kind of put all the things together that you want, and do something of each of those every day, like, all that shit will happen. Like, you'll be able to do all that stuff.
yeah, that's fucking inspirational. I mean, and but also the whole mentality of you can't compete with me because I want you to win too. Where there's no jealousy in this. It's all about wanting the best for yourself and everybody else around you. That the spiritual sort of angle to it. That seems to that's what I get from you. Like, you seem like a very positive person that does things that you enjoy and does things to build yourself up, and generally genuinely feel um, grateful for the people around you and your friends making it big, and because they put work in and they have their own lives and they do what they have to play Tokyo Dome, and instead of feeling jealous, you just feel fucking A, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
We
you're
all feel
connected to
good
that,
here.
and you
Yeah.
get to be like,
Yeah.
I know that dude. Look what he's doing. Like, I know that guy. Like, that's cool. I mean, you just, and it's okay to be really like, man, I want to, get there, but, like, but if you're envious and jealous of people, man, then you're not going to have your own world. And, like,
No, and
we're
you made
all,
the yeah, you made the decision yourself, because at one point you could just have said, okay, I'm just gonna completely remove the idea of having a family and go all in on this, and that would have probably boosted the chances of playing Tokyo Dome, but it would
well,
also
that
rob
wasn't an
you of
option,
something
but
else.
I mean, and that's, look, so I have a dark period of my life that, alcohol was just, it owned me. I crossed the line where it was working for me, and then I was working for it, and it owned
Yeah.
me. And I've been sober since September 19th of 2013. So I've been sober a little over
Oh
12
shit.
years.
That's
And
awesome.
and one day at a time. And it's like, the more you do this thing, the more, like, open and available you get to all these things, and your life gets a lot better. But you're not going to, like, go there, get sober and all that stuff. If stuff ain't burning down, like, we don't go in there on a winning streak. We go in there because we're fucking defeated. I give
Yeah.
up. Like, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna fucking die. Right. Um, and the reality is, the people I've met in the program are some of the most, like, ballers, fucking successful, crazy over the top, funny, crazy motherfucker. Like, great. I know guys that are 90 and super successful that are just the funniest. Like, dude's got game. He'll pick up your girlfriend if you're not careful. This guy's got game. There's so many fucking cool people that I've met along the way, like, in this world, and great musicians. I mean, there's tons of guys that are great musicians, that because they cleaned up that shit. I mean, I don't. Alcohol's not the problem. I'm the problem. So people that drink, it's normal. It's a very normal thing to do. But when you do it like I did, what I did was not normal.
Yeah.
So everyone just carry on. This is for me. This is what I do. But I don't judge people. I don't give a. It's kind of like not normal if you don't, like, have a few. So I don't. Whatever. Everyone in my family drinks but me, and whatever. But no, I mean, you know, I was a jealous, envious person. I thought being a musician was a curse. You know, I'd worked from the day I was 15 years old, just everything. Berklee College of Music, coming to LA, you know, doing all this stuff, Shrapnel Records. Like I was going to be the greatest guitar player in the world, you know, whatever, right? And you know that didn't happen. And the kids were coming, you know, the first babies along the way. And I didn't retire from music. That was in '96. I retired from music in '99. Like in '96, my first child was born. '97, I bought my first house. In '98, I quit my job, just bought a house, quit my job, started a business out of my garage, which became Brand New Energy, became Pharma. And by the time '99, I was like, man, making it like I'm going to get a record deal in Hollywood. Like, fuck that. I'm going to be all in on this business. I'm going to blow it up. And I did. And
Yeah.
then I bought a bigger house, started going on trips, bought new cars. Like, you know, I was not struggling. You know, I wasn't going to sleep on the neighbor's couch to like make it. So I went about 8 years where I didn't really even play the guitar, you know?
Do you feel
Damn.
that becoming your own man or your own boss or your own provider in the sense where you weren't actually in need of anybody else helping you out, you feel like that was actually liberating for your musical life in a sense where you can just say, well, I don't need to sell 500,000 albums to make a living. I can do music however I want, whenever I want, because I have a backup, which is myself, which is my business.
Yeah.
And oh, is
I mean, to
that,
make
was
music
that,
because you
yeah,
want to just like, just, dude, why did you start picking up the guitar? You didn't pick up the guitar because you like thought you were going to make a lot of money. You pick up the guitar because it was cool. You liked it. It's just like, it gave you gave you a thing. Well, but that gets forgotten. Like, you forget that.
yeah,
So, you know, when you're trying to like get your band all together, write a new song, go to, you know, do a showcase, try to get a record deal, like, you know, you do like that's tough, right? And only a very small percentage of people actually get to have that success. I mean, it's really, really hard. And you can get really far away from like why you started playing the guitar or drums or singing in the first place. Um, but then you get like I've been able to get back to that point where it's like I just do it because I love it.
yeah.
Um, you know, I do it because I can. Like that's the new gen superstars. Shout out my boys in the UK, new generation superstars. They got a song like we do it because we can. It's like, yeah, that's why you
Yeah,
do it.
I remember that
You
one.
know,
I think we did a few gigs with those guys as well.
they're my UK
So,
brothers. They're in Leicester, UK. Man,
yeah.
they were the opening act for when we did Love Hate UK 2008, 2007, 2008, 2009.
All right. Yeah.
And I've been buddies with AJ and Davey, you know, ever since, you know. Um,
Okay.
but you know, Love Hate. So we're going all over the place. So Love Hate. We played the Whiskey A Go Go here on July 4th. It's a
Yeah.
killer show. Um, Robbie Crane on bass, and we had Dave Chili Marino on drums, who's just played with Bruce Dickinson and all his touring, and great musicians. Jizzy obviously, sings for Quiet Riot.
Yeah.
Pro guys. These guys are playing gigs every single weekend. Like I played one gig all year. These guys are playing like, hundreds, you know. Um,
Yeah.
but it's okay.
Yeah.
I held my own. I mean, it's in my blood. I can do it. I Do
Yeah,
I
and it
wish I
was
could
one
play
of the
every
better
weekend?
gigs, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I
You only
yeah, I
played
love
one
it.
gig this year? I only
Only
played
one
one
gig this
gig
year.
this year. It was like KK Steel Mill in Wolverhampton. It was fucking great. But so I missed out on all the little bar gigs on Wednesday nights. But I was like, yeah, I can actually just live with this. It's fine. Where you just get like a really
I mean,
fucking cool gig and
it's the greatest. I mean, when it all comes together, when there's little things, but yet the band connects and goes together, and you have like those moments. It's like that's magic. Like
yeah,
this is really cool to be able to do this. But it's okay. Like I'm the Psychopharma and where I'm building this brand, and I don't mind telling you, but like I didn't make it as an international rock star, but I can make it as an international brand. And so making
Yeah.
Psychopharma a big brand everywhere in the world. I just got back from Dubai, attending the Muscle Show over there. I've got a couple of stores and distributors that are selling my products, Dubai and Abu Dhabi. I met with a manufacturer distributor in India that's going to make our India version, so it'll be on all the India Flipkart, HealthCart, and Amazon. When I was there, I met with two of the main guys from Nutrition Depot China. We've been in China for 4 years. Psychopharma, we exhibited at the IWS Shanghai in March. We have two vendors over in China. So our Psychopharma Edge of Insanity has been sold in China for 4 years. And on Australia, we have a manufacturer there that's making the products. We're in we're in Australia Sports Nutrition and Nutrition Warehouse Australia. I love the Australians, man. They're fucking great. I love the Brits.
Wow, that's
I mean,
amazing.
dude,
So
it's fucking cool. Like I just got off the phone with this label guy in the UK, and it's just like, "You all right, mate?" And it's just like the the energy, and the Indian people, like a lot of them throughout Dubai, and dude, it's so cool, like having contacts and friends all over the world. It's like, for me, that's just like the coolest thing in the world, is to grow the brand, to travel and make a bunch of friends, and like interact with all these different cultures. It's such a fucking trip. So I just can't get enough of it. I love it.
it's not that different from actually being a touring musician. You get to a lot of places you wouldn't have gone to if you didn't have a business that sort of made it
Exactly.
possible. So you're like outsourcing your company in, like, they can buy the license to operate in their own
Some we distribute, we ship
continent.
there. Like in the UK,
Okay,
the
so you
product is made.
distribute from. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're making my product in the UK. They're going to be making it in India, and they're making it in Australia. But we ship it to Mexico. We ship it to China. We've shipped
Okay,
to
wow.
Dubai. Product goes to Japan. Um, but building the bit, it just got a Chile and an Argentina. So hopefully those come together. But yeah, I think the thing with like the international, and like, so Ray Luzier, the drummer in Korn, like when he goes to Belgium, he gets a Belgian waffle, and he's like, you know what I mean? Like he's the guy that, like, he's been around the world so many times, but when he tours, he goes out, and like, right, like that's really kind of, I mean, yeah, I want to play the big
Yeah.
gig, I want to play the big show, but I want to go to all these different places. I haven't been to Sweden or Norway yet. There's a lot of the Baltic region I haven't been to yet. I mean, I want to go there. Well, we'll get there. Um, but I mean, I'm just creating this ideal for my life. I'm creating it
Yeah.
up here, and I'm making it. I'm manifesting this stuff and making. I mean, that stuff works. No, man, you have this thing in your head that you want, and you create it, and then you go after it, and you positively reinforce yourself, and you go after it, and this has happened. I mean, we did the Cologne FIBO show. So FIBO is a big international trade show annually that's in Cologne, Germany, and it's a huge fitness show. So we had a Psychopharma booth, a giant booth. I had speakers, and we're doing deadlifting contests, and we're playing Slipknot. Guys are lifting weights, and then I grab the guitar with my electronic box that I have here, and I plug in, and I'm playing Crazy Train. Gonna fly now. Da, 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 da,
Got a bit
da.
of
I'm
Rocky.
playing like,
Yeah.
yeah, like a shred Rocky. And so I'm shredding at an international fitness show with Psychopharma, playing my guitar and shredding. And it's just like, that's, you know what I mean? So like, I get to do that. Like, that's pretty cool. I get to do it my way, the way and so I have to look at that and go, you know what, life's good, because I'm not gonna ask God for a penny. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
God for $1 billion. I'm gonna ask
Yeah.
for it all. I'm gonna go for it all. I mean, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
Don't sell
And you
yourself
just,
short.
oh, but also you said you were not going to be the greatest rock star in the world, but you could be the greatest something else. Well, what you're doing is you're playing Crazy Train all over the fucking world, selling massive amounts of merchandise. That's kind of rock star like, isn't it? I mean,
Listen, the way
You
I
got,
see
I
it,
mean,
packaging might be slightly different, but it's exactly what you're doing.
The way I see
It
it,
is. So I go one step
you hit the
further.
jackpot.
So
It's like you got the best of both worlds. You get to tour, but in on on your own conditions. Terms and conditions. It's like I
Yeah.
remember. I've read a ton of like all these like rock biographies over the years, and the more I read, the less I felt like this would be a life for me. It's like when I'm reading like the
Yeah.
hardships these people are experiencing on tour. The only biography I read where I felt this is cool, that was David Lee Roth's Crazy from the Heat. And when you're talking about, how a lot of people they tour and they don't get to see the world. David Lee Roth, he explained that in his book. He explains in his book that when the party was over, when the show was done, and everybody had all their cocaine and groupies and the whole shebang, all the other guys in the band would pass out, but he would carry a bicycle with him on tour. So in the nights,
mm,
he would drive around the different cities they were playing. And he said there was something special to seeing like, Prague and, all these different cities
oh,
in the night where everybody's asleep. So he got to see so much
oh
of the
man,
world because he brought a bicycle with him on tour.
that's what's up. Yeah, I
Yeah.
didn't read that. But that's very really cool. Yeah, I mean that's the thing with like Ray. He doesn't stay in his hotel room. I mean, some of those guys like Jonathan Davis, just like I mean, he can't really just walk outside and walk down the street.
No.
No.
People kind of mob him, you know.
Yeah.
But Ray, they would him too. But Ray just whatever whatever. David Lee Roth, you know what he looks like. Put on a hat, whatever. Um, but yeah, what was I going to say? But the yeah, so further tying them together. So I have the trademark for Far Beyond Driven. That's my fat burner pill. So it's the
Uh-huh.
trademark in
Catchy name.
dietary supplements. So yeah, Far Beyond Driven. Okay,
Yeah.
I've got Thunderstruck. That's my testosterone.
I have a little dime
I
bag.
got an energy shot called Crazy Train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Hell yeah. What is that? Thunderstruck?
That
No,
was
it's
dime
dime
bag.
bag. A little dime bag tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, Dimebag. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Dimebag, the most ferocious metal guitarist ever. Just
Agreed. Agreed.
ferocity,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Just like you hear that? It's just like I love that shit. You know?
Even when you hear
Um,
like the old Pantera, when they had Terry Glaze on vocals, like that early stuff
yeah,
where they had like makeup and big hair and all that, you could still
yeah.
like hear that ferocity in his playing. It was brutal.
That's it. Like I'm gonna fucking rip your head off. Like this is
Yeah,
serious. I'm like, whoa.
exactly.
You hear that? You're like, it's the vibrato. It's the intensity. It's just like yeah, man. There's people that can play a million notes. They miss it. Like
Mm.
Yeah.
you gotta have that. Like yeah, I just love it.
Actually,
I mean, for me, like the fitness supplements in metal music and fitness supplements. Thunderstruck, Far Beyond Driven, Crazy Train, Edge of Insanity. Actually, is a Tony McAlpine album.
I
yeah.
was about to
Not many
ask.
people necessarily know that, but yeah, you know what I mean. So like, I don't have like Meathead or Us, and like, you know what I mean. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean. We're not a Meathead brand.
No.
The fitness brand. But even like Eric Bugenhagen, who's our co-owner, Eric Bugenhagen, huge YouTube following, ex WWE guy. Eric's like I've never seen anybody like he's this calm, cool guy. You turn on the switch to record, and then boom, he just
Yeah.
blows up. Like you're in the presence of greatness. But he was the guy playing guitar WWE Friday nights, Saturday nights, like Dallas Cowboy Stadium, and he's out there before the wrestling thing. He's playing. He's like that's my guy. Like the fitness metalhead, like everything just makes sense with our brand. You just know it. Like, I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. This feels like exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And I mean, for me, that's the happiness. I just feel like, oh, dude. And we're not there yet. We're climbing, we're scratching and clawing. We're not this, you know what I mean? But, and there's like all kind of stuff of like, man, we're like putting in big purchase orders. We're making all these waves. And it's like I just have faith that like it's all gonna work, you know. But it's like it's not like some little kind of calculate. No, I'm fucking all in, and it's like just you know that's the beauty of it. That's why I don't gamble, you know, because the
Yeah.
whole fucking thing is just like a you know like this is gonna work. It's gotta work.
Yeah, well, you don't
Okay,
have to
but
gamble if you can actually put 100% trust in yourself. So
Yeah,
I
but
just
you know I don't know.
I
I don't
gotta
trust
ask.
myself 100%.
I gotta ask. So let's
Yeah.
say with your with the psychopharma, like the pre-workout. So you're the guy who's sort of behind it, right? So you approve of it, right? You how many how many pre-workout did you drink before you realized
Oh,
now it's right? Now it's right. You'd have one and go like it's not
yeah.
strong enough,
So
like all
this
shake.
really
This is too strong.
that's a good question. No, because look, because like you imagine, like I'm in a like a fitness like trade show group, right? And
Yeah.
what most of the guys look like, they don't like look like this, you know. They don't have hair and whatever, you know. So they
Mm.
look at me like who the fuck is this guy, you know? But what this guy is that like 27 and a half years ago, I started selling stuff out of my garage. And then became a distributor of all these products. So I would take these products. And, you know, I I know what ingredients are. I have a specialized knowledge that's about that big. It's not that big, but it's about that big, right? Very specialized knowledge. I know what these ingredients do and how they interact. So I would get a certain ingredient and I would say maybe it's 5, 10, 15, 20 milligrams. Others will be a 50, like caffeine. Oh, let's see what 50 or 100 or 150 does. Let's see what 300 caffeine. And let's take some, Yohimbe and let's take some GABA. GABA, we need like 500, 1,000, 1,500. So whatever. So I would just, and I've done all the other shit, right? So that's the beauty about being sober. Like I've done fucking everything there is to do. So like I know what I'm looking for that's legal, compliant, but not,
okay.
I'm not trying to I'm not trying to create opiates. I'm trying to
Uh,
create like a nice energy that feels good and that's
yeah.
focused and has all these elements. So so these formulas, like, so I'm the guy, I'm like the mad scientist. It's just like, and so the edge of insanity that we have is the sixth version. The first version had um, amino methylphenyl glutaric acid, some fucking thing, right? And then I realized I shouldn't be using that, so I don't. And then started using Phenavit. Phenavit's great, but then I realized you're not supposed to be using that, so we don't. And then we started using Kana and Zembrin and all these other ingredients. And I come GABA. So I bought GABA off Amazon. I'm like, hey, what's 500, 1,000? What's 2,000 milligrams going to do to me? Okay. Okay. Let's try it again. And then I like, well, let me drink my product and let me pound a bunch of the GABA. And let me go, hey, man, I kind of like this. I'm grabbing my guitar. I'm like, oh, okay, this is cool. And then we come up with a formula. And then I go, fuck, we got it. We nailed it. Like this formula has been the same for 4 years. Anybody that uses Edge of Insanity is like, holy shit. And I'm like, so it's like writing a good album. It's like
Yeah.
writing a good song that really, it's like writing a hit song. Like I wrote a formula for a product. It's millions of dollars. I mean, I don't know. We're not in the 100 million, not yet, but you know, it's like it's an interesting thing. And then and again, then the marketing and what kind of the idea, the anarchy, and the psychopharma,
yeah.
and it just being like a brand. It's just like, you know what? If you don't like it, fuck you. Like
Yeah.
really, like we're not trying to like appease everybody and like pharmaceutical and boring and all that. No, fuck that, man. We're called psycho fucking farming. If you don't like it, it's not meant for you. That's all.
No.
Uh,
And that's
Do you
just that's
guys
just the rock and roll attitude, right? That we have. It's like, dude, I'm just gonna play loud, and if you don't dig it, fucking leave the room. I don't care.
yeah.
You know?
does Psychopharma
It's got
produce
that,
smelling
it sort
salts?
of speaks for itself. Numbing salts.
I don't know.
What?
I think the
Yeah.
sound just got weird
Am I
for a
doing
second.
numbing
No, but
salts?
does
It's kind of
Psychopharma
breaking up with that.
Oh,
no
okay.
smelling salts? Like when you power lift, you whiff
Yeah.
and you go, oh, you do those?
Oh, yeah.
We haven't done that yet. That
Okay,
is a thing.
that is a thing.
That is a thing, but we haven't done that. We haven't done that yet. And we've got creatine, flavored creatine. We've got a nootropic product that has alpha GBC, lion's mane, mucuna pruriens. Those are good nootropic. And then you put some caffeine, it fires those ingredients, makes them actually work. Because you take a lot of nootropics, you're like, well, I just ate a bunch of mushrooms and I don't know if it's really working. Unless they're magic mushrooms, then you're like, holy shit, they're working.
Those are
But I'm
working.
talking about the legal mushrooms. You take the legal
Yeah.
mushrooms, like, well, I don't know if it's working. You add some caffeine, you're like, oh yeah, it's working. Yeah, I feel it. Um, it's fun, man. Just I got a team of guys that are all in their 20s that work for me that are really smart guys. And I just turned 60 years old, so I'm surrounded by guys that are like 25 and really fucking smart guys. But I got a lot to learn, like the marketing and the stuff that we're doing. Like it's just like that's the thing, man. It's like just keep learning stuff, like challenge and keep learning stuff, and like what it does to your brain is amazing, and it really. Like, you know what I mean? It's like the physical thing, the mental thing, the spiritual thing. And you keep pushing and challenging and really working it, like everything works better, right?
Yeah.
If you're not using it, it doesn't work that well. But if you're really challenging all those things in your life, I mean, really daily, it's amazing because you get into a flow state where like, man, I can't miss, right now, like stuff's flowing. I'm going the business. Things are going great. I'm in the studio recording this song, getting back after like really like from 6 a.m. till like 11 p.m. And I'm like, wow, what a day. I just did all this stuff. This is incredible.
Yeah, and it doesn't feel exhausting at
That's
all
why I'm a
because
happy
this is
man.
actually
Like just doing
exactly
what I'm
what. Yeah,
doing.
yeah, that's what it comes off as. Also, you being your own crash test dummy, just going, okay, let's see what happens if you do this. Like um, the excitement about doing stuff. It's kind of like when
How
you have a
fast can
guitar
I
and you go,
play?
okay, I'm gonna rip the whammy bar off now, and I want to see how it sounds. Like yeah,
I
yeah.
know,
No,
right?
that's fucking awesome.
Uh,
There we
that's
go.
the elephant, right?
Yeah.
There it
Yeah.
is. Whoops. The horse.
Yeah. I actually just got something
It's
Eddie
it's
Van
from
more
what
Halen, man, just a
it,
I just
genius.
remembered something when we talked about Dimebag, and one thing that actually got me thinking of Dimebag that you do on the new album, those sort of dissonant bends against each other, where the notes sort of scour against it. You don't bend it
Yeah.
completely up to the point where it is, but you just slightly underdo it, so it just goes. It's just fucking nasty sounding.
yeah.
And then you can wiggle the bar
It's
in
just,
even a
yeah,
little bit.
beautiful dissonance.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we
Sorry.
just get.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that song zapped. So
That's the
I
one I was
gotta I gotta
thinking
write this
about.
stuff
Yeah,
down.
yeah,
Yeah. That was
So
the
we
one
had
I
all
was
these like
humming
little
today.
gnats. Like it was a
yeah,
summer humidity. All these little fucking gnats. So I buy like the bug zappers on Amazon. I bought like 8 of
yeah.
them, right? So you
Okay.
plug it in, right? It's glowing. So when a little bug is in there, just, like it
Yeah,
electrocutes them.
yeah.
So I had one of these on my music desk, and so I had this riff, this it's just like that. It kind of jumps out, just kind of like the bug going zap. You
Yeah,
know,
okay. So
I had
that
the
was the
riff.
inspiration for the song.
Yeah, no, it was just kind of like that the surprise.
Yeah,
And
okay.
that one.